All right, today we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna watch two, maybe three short videos regarding child support or divorce. And after we watch those videos, I'm gonna explain why the judge may have ruled this way, or why I think they may rule a certain way if they don't rule in that video. And so we're gonna watch probably two or three of them. Let me know in the comments how you think they should have ruled, how you think the judge should have ruled, and let me know what you think the mom or dad should have done better to win this case. So let's get straight to it. And so I have already Googled child support. We're gonna start with child support. And so I'm trying to watch stuff from TV and not YouTube, but we will see.
You have been responsible for child support all these years.
I have been homeless because of it. I can't pay rent. I can't do nothing. I don't have a life. Her mother had denied me a DNA test, so why would I believe the child's mine? Why would I want to get involved with the child and come to find out years later that the child's not mine anyway?
You truly felt like at that time your wife had been unfaithful to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And you asked for a DNA test.
Yes, ma'am.
You were not granted it.
Yes, ma'am.
From that point on, you were responsible for child support
Yes,
each
ma'am.
and every month over the last 20-something years.
Yes,
and you've
ma'am.
now just presented to the court, you are $146,918.51 in arrears.
And I look over my shoulder every day in fear of going to prison.
And then this cycle just kept continuing?
Yes, ma'am, because I can't even get my driver's license. I don't believe she is my child.
Mr. Dennis, you are not the father. You have been
Okay. So that was pretty intense. That was pretty intense. So so real quick, this is what we're gonna discuss. Okay. I don't know where to find what the judge ruled. And let me say this. One thing I want to say is lots of time people on those shows agree to it's technically arbitration with the judge. It's not actual court. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people come to court without like a lot of proof. And man, they just have their testimony on that show. But in real life, you're gonna have proof to put on things of that nature in addition to your testimony if you want to win. So the interesting thing about that, he has $146,000 in arrears, and he believes the child not his, and the child ultimately was not his. So the first thing I want to say is, he's talking about he lost his job, he's been homeless. I'm just being real. You haven't paid child support for 10 years. Like, you're going to be at risk of going to jail. You're going to be at risk of losing your license. So if you don't pay your child support at all for 10 years, all that bad stuff is going to happen. So if you don't think the child is yours, unfortunately, you have to pay child support. You don't want to lose your license or don't want to risk going to jail. So it's kind of his fault. At the beginning, in most states, when you first get put on child support, I know in Mississippi, I'm a Mississippi attorney. When you first get put on child support, the judge is going to ask you, hey, Mr. So-and-so, do you want to get a test? A blood test, a paternity test. That is your opportunity in Mississippi to get one. If you say no, then you are thereby agreeing that the child is yours. In Mississippi, what's going to happen is that they're going to adjudicate that you are the father. I mean, hey, we don't have a blood test. We're just going to order that you are the father. Number two, if you have a child during marriage in Mississippi, you are automatically assumed to be that child's father. So you are the father to prove otherwise. And so if you go to child support court and get put on child support, you need to ask for a blood test. Because in Mississippi, that's your only shot. In other states, you can disestablish paternity. You can do it in Mississippi too, but most times judges don't do it. I haven't seen it done. I've been practicing 8 years, but you can. I have seen it done in other states, not Mississippi. So in Mississippi, you can disestablish paternity after you have been adjudicated. Of course, before go to child support court, you can disestablish paternity, and it's easier. I've seen times where somebody signed a birth certificate, they get put on child support, they get a blood test, they say, yes, I want a blood test. before we go to court, and the child's not theirs, and then that's all they have to do. The case is dismissed because the child is not theirs. But if you agree to not get a blood test and you adjudicate in Mississippi, it's too late. It's too late. Especially, I've seen a case where somebody have filed to disestablish paternity years later, and the judge said no in Mississippi. I've done a case like that. And it's because, in short, if you held out by neighborhood, everybody knows, hell, you treat that child as your own, and in Mississippi, the judge gonna rule, hey, you are that child's father. So if he was in Mississippi, even though, he's not the father, the judge in Mississippi, chancellors would say, hey, this is still your child, you still have to pay child support. You agreed to it 10 years ago. Should have contested it then. It's harsh, it's rough, but that's what they do in Mississippi. Other states, it may be different. So that's my thing to him. When she first put him on child support, he should have contested paternity then. He waited too late. That's on him. All right, let's watch another one.
You and your mother are in court today suing your ex, Miss Corbett, for paternity fraud because you claim she forged your signature on the birth certificate of her 5-month-old son, Quinn Andrews Jr., who you believe is not your biological son. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you say somehow your name just appeared on the birth certificate?
Yes, ma'am.
But you didn't sign it?
I didn't sign nothing.
Miss Corbett, did you put his name on there?
No, it's no way possible for me to just put his name on a birth certificate.
I told my son not to sign a birth certificate until he get the blood test to prove that is his child.
And that's why he's lying and say he didn't sign it because she told him not to sign it.
So what you're saying is he didn't do what his mother told him to do, so now he's saying he didn't sign it.
Exactly.
Excuse me, Your Honor, if he signed the birth certificate, his name would actually be signed on that form.
So you're saying there is no cursive signature?
No, at all.
Did you witness him sign it?
I was there.
Your Honor, that's a lie.
What?
That's still his baby at the end of the day. Point taken.
You and your mother are in court today suing your ex, Miss.
Oh, okay. That was a good one. Okay. I like this one. Your mom is very smart. Very smart here. You know why? She told him don't sign birth certificate till you get paternity. If you're not married, hey, don't sign that birth certificate. Don't sign birth certificate until you get paternity test. If you're not married, don't sign the birth certificate until you get paternity test. It just is what it is, guys. It is what it is. I'm sorry, women, but it is what it is. I'm not trying to start arguing. Okay, so that's good. Number 2, I really like that the guy had some documents. However, people don't know this, you have to take it a step further. So I know it's arbitration, so it's, they probably need a little less. But in trial and chancery court, you're gonna need something called an expert witness. You're gonna need an expert on signatures. Somebody who can look at that signature on the birth certificate and look at his signatures and analyze, okay, is this actually his signature or not? And so you will have the expert witness come to court and testify, hey, is this his signature or not? And the expert witness will do a report before the court as well. And so that's how I handle it. So mom did good by telling him not to sign it. Right now, it's still he say, she say, because they don't. That's how the judge supposed to know if they're his signature or not. You get an expert witness. So if he would have had an expert witness, it would have been slammed dunk. Last thing, he did a really good child, 5 months old. He could test the paternity while the child's 5 months. And hopefully he could test the paternity before he agreed to any kind of child support through the courts. And so he's did good. If he would have had an expert witness, slammed dunk. But you wouldn't know that unless you have a lawyer. The lawyer would have told you. The lawyer would have figured it out. And so that was a good one. Come on, guys, look at another one. This is funner than I thought it would be. All right.
You are not the father.
And that's for the best. Honestly, it's for the best because he has only stayed this long so that he could get whatever benefit he's getting out of it.
Benefit?
But honestly,
What
Your
benefit
Honor,
am I
wait.
Taking care of a 3-year-old child.
I am disgusted that you would perpetrate this lie on this man during your entire pregnancy up through a delivery room, let him cut the cord on a baby I I know you know good and well that wasn't his child. I could tell by the look on your face today. He was more nervous than you were. Look, baby, you're gonna have to learn something. This world now, you're a mother. It's not about you. Whether you want to admit it or not, your child has a love and attachment for this man because you made it so. You know what? You know what? It is rare that I have to do this, but I can't even look at you no more. Jerome, escort her out. You.
So that was pretty action packed, and so I don't really have much about that one. I'm hoping he got turned test before he got put on child support in Mississippi. Like I said earlier, child support case will get thrown out, dismissed because he's not the dad. So I'm hoping that happens. As far as the emotional judge snapping, you might believe it or not, judges are human beings, and I have seen judges snap on a parent before. Maybe not that long and not like a monologue like in a movie like that, but I have seen judge say, "Hey, you're not gonna get what the dad was trying to get custody." So then in court he asked, "Could you file the child?" And judge like, "No, you're not finna get paid for doing what you're supposed to do for the child. No, the mom's gonna file." But in short, the mom's gonna file because the child lived with the mom anyway. But I have seen judges get snappy, kind of emotional in child support court, custody court. So let's do one more. Guys. So we'll do this one.
You're paying child support in the amount of $360 a month.
Yeah.
For a child you still don't know whether it's yours or not.
Exactly. I got served with papers saying I missed my court date and I was a father by default. I work 85, 90 hours every 2 weeks. I bring home on a good check, I might hit 300.
You're working triple shifts.
I'm killing myself.
Trying to make sure you're paying the child
Trying
support.
to find a second job right now. I asked her point blank, am I the father of the child?
Right.
She
And
looked
what did
at
she
me
say?
and
I was
said,
honest.
"You're not the father." Real talk, can't make it up. That's what she said, "You are not the father." So she gets more money than my son's mother, which my son is on the birth certificate, signed it. That's my blood.
When it comes to 5-year-old Kenya, Mr. Matlock, you are not.
I knew it. Don't find your baby daddy. Put somebody else on child support. I want my money back.
You're paying child support in the amount of
So I'm glad I did pick that. That was Phil. So here we go. The first thing I want to say is one of the biggest mistake he did, and this mistake could get you in jail. This mistake could have, paying for a baby not yours. If you get served with papers, he got served for child support court, and he did not go. He didn't go. For any lawsuit, if you get served, you run a risk of getting a judgment against you in any court if you do not show up and defend the lawsuit. Some lawsuits you have to respond. If you don't respond in 30 days, you get a judgment. That was as big as a mistake. He would have been out the situation and he would have just went to court. And so I'm assuming this is another state. So he may be able to disestablish paternity. With Mississippi, I don't know, he may not. But it's a really interesting case because she told him he's not the father. I wonder how a judge in Mississippi feel about that. Okay, here's the big thing. Because she told him he was not the father, I know I said earlier it's really hard to disestablish paternity, but you can still agree. If she just agreed, signed an agreed order to disestablish paternity, I can see a judge in Mississippi signing that. But I don't know, she may just be a kind of evil person and then you want to agree to it. Because don't even go through all this drama. Just sign the agreed order, disestablish paternity. I think it'd be good. You wouldn't even have to be embarrassed on TV like that. Maybe she wanted to come on TV and be a star. Because you could just easily sign an agreed order. If you told him he's not a child, not go to court, sign an agreed order, disestablish paternity. Bam, you don't even gotta go in front of the judge. Just send the dad, probably go in front of the judge yourself and submit the order, You sign the affidavit, sign a waiver or whatever. Hey, that's how they should have handled it. That's how she should have handled it. But maybe she just being evil. She want to keep the money going long as she can. Guys, this was fun. I'm glad I did this. I think I'm gonna do this again. And let me know in the comments how y'all think some of these people should have argued in court. what do you think should have happened to some of these people, especially the last woman, for knowingly keeping somebody on child support? I feel like there should be some kind of remedy out there for that. Maybe you would say fraud now, but I think it should be some kind of remedy for people lying in court to keep people on child support like that. I don't know one right now. Y'all know one. Let me know. I appreciate you guys. If you like this video, I hope you guys subscribe to the channel. Also, if you need an attorney in Mississippi, check out us. I don't have my lawyer suit on, but I am a lawyer, Hobson Law Firm. College is 662-624-4100, 662-624-4100. We do a lot of bankruptcies, car accidents, slip and fall, trucking accidents, stuff like that. But we do a few family law cases here and there. I got about 10 right now. So thank you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one.